What up, though? It's MRK SX back with another installment of Confessions of a Failed Family Man. This is the podcast in which I bring some of my favorite people on to talk about interesting topics for myself. So that should I ever consider remotely down the street around the planet, ever getting back into a relationship, especially one as a family man, that I could be much more equipped to do that job. Today I invited my guy Smitty on the platform. He has some very, very, very interesting takes on being grateful during the breakup. I know him very well. I mean, I've known him for years, but he dropped an album recently that I'll let him tell you about. And it was post a breakup from a long relationship, and he's dealing with it in this album in a way that you don't often hear people deal with relationships. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment, man. Welcome, bro. Please introduce yourself.
Oh man, hey man, look, you laid it out so nice. Oh my God, it's crazy. My name is Smitty. I'm a good, great brother. Ain't friend no more. A great brother of MRK SX. I'm an artist, songwriter, MC, and I love music. Me and my man MRK, we go back a long way. I am not going to bore y'all with the story of meeting him in Augusta. He lived down the street, all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, man, I have a passion for music that's undying, and I've used that to get through life, and I definitely use that to get through in the last couple of years of what I've been dealing with my breakup and everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Now, thank you, bro. You definitely understated yourself, but we'll fix that as we go along here.
Okay.
You're a friend of mine, bro. Like you're an amazing artist. You've been out here for a long time doing your thing, and
Appreciate
you
it,
got
brother.
a lot of people that follow you and appreciate what you do.
Thank you, brother.
So let me set the table a little bit here. Let me turn this fan off. Hold on.
I got you.
It's not noisy. I don't know if that's noisy or not, but just so it's not, just to make sure it's not. So,
gotcha.
E and I were experiencing breakups around the same time. It just happened that way. You couldn't plan it. You couldn't write it better.
Yeah.
And both of us were leaving relationships that we had been in for a good while. For me, it was 10 years. How long was it for you, bro?
13, 14 years.
Okay, cool. So he a half decade longer than my situation. And so, because we're really good friends and we even spent a good deal of time like working out together and performing together. And, we know a little bit about each other's situations, probably more than most people in a situation like this. So do not take, talking to the listener, like, do not take my take on what I saw happen with my brother as it's his take. Okay. It's just my take.
Oh yeah.
Just to be clear, right? Like we don't, we different people.
Yeah.
And that's what intrigued me. And that's why I wanted him on here today. Because tell him a little bit about your album, bro. I won't do it justice.
I got you. Man, that album. Can you hear me good, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay. You know what? I know why. Hold on, I'm sorry. One second.
Yeah,
I'm glad this computer has a mic. Can you hear me better? Still hear me?
It's the same. Yeah. I
oh,
it didn't.
Hold on.
It didn't change.
Okay. All right. That's a whole nother story. You hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. The thing with my House Lights album, to break it down, my man MRK last year, I had a situation where I had to get some vocals to this cat, in Hawaii, and it was like, man, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. But my man that usually records me was out of pocket, so I hit up MRK. He was like, yo, bro, hey man, could I come through and blah 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 da 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 and record? And MRK being how he is, you know, true each one teach one cat. He was like, yo, man, bring your setup over here and I'm gonna show you how to record. So I brought it over there, and truth be told, I don't know. It must be got to be a guy somewhere because I was listening, but I wasn't taking nothing in. I was I was still on my I had hip surgery and all that, and I was still on a walker. My mind was everywhere. But he showed me in some way I got it. So fast forward to last summer, it was a span of 9 days where because me and my ex we weren't communicating and it just wasn't happening. But I wanted to communicate, and I was like, man, it was I didn't plan it. I did not plan this album, House Lights. And I just started going through these tracks my man Henny P had sent to me over the years. I just started because I knew how to record myself and I love music. I was experimenting, but at the same time, I was releasing my feelings over a span of 9 days. And I just put up a beat. And because of my situation, every song reflected on my situation. It wasn't a song. I think maybe the only song on the album that kind of deviated a little bit from my situation was What It Be Like. What It Be Like was me like it was almost like, but then again, it probably was because it's almost like we was together again and everything was good. But I was speaking like I was outside. But
Right,
every
right.
other song, yeah, every other song was like straight up talking of my experience. But like I said, a 9 day period, I I recorded this material, then planned it, and it wound up, and then I wound up doing skits and everything, and I put it to it, and it wound up, it turned into something. It
Mhm.
turned into something that really truly expressed how I was feeling. And
Mhm.
a little side note with the song "So It Goes."
Mhm.
"So It Goes" is a song where when you hear it, you know, it's probably like the most like somber, melancholy type song that I have on the album. But I had the idea for that song where I said, um, "How can a how can a king be without a queen?
Mhm.
How could I be so nice yet be so mean?" I want y'all to know
Yeah.
I was not mean to my ex. That was just me songwriting. But I had that hook. I had that hook and part of the verse when me and my lady was good. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But it's crazy how in that song I said at the beginning, I said life writes its own songs.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what it did because I had that song that I was gonna put on something, and the way that time and
Well, I mean, you're always working on music, right?
yeah,
It just so happened to be one of the ideas that was floating at that moment.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
always a record. You're a songwriter.
yeah,
So the fact that that music made you say that, it didn't have to reflect your life. Like
true,
it just felt right. It
true,
felt like that's what the record needed. You know what I'm saying?
true,
And that's definitely one of my favorite records too. The reason why
mhm,
I listened to the album a few times
mhm,
and it really hit me because again, I'm kind of I'm going through a breakup from a
mhm,
long relationship as well,
yeah,
and I asked myself at the end of that relationship, could I love her through this?
mm,
And it still remains a question that I ask myself every day. I won't know until probably a decade from now. Like I'll be able to look back and say, did I love her through it?
mm,
And the it is, I knew she was making a bad decision. I knew what she was doing. The
mhm,
reason why I knew what she was doing is because I did it.
Okay.
I knew what she was doing.
Got you.
You know, I had it's how I wound up in a situation with her.
Got you.
You know,
Got
she
you.
was
Got
doing
you.
the same thing. She was making the same choices. She was hedging her bets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, for something better. And I knew I couldn't do anything about it. You know,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
was gonna have to figure me out. But what was I gonna do with this bag of emotions though? Like, what
Ooh.
was I gonna? You know what I
Ooh.
mean? It's like,
Ooh.
you
Whoa.
know, you kind of split down the middle. One side is resolute, like I'm gonna get myself together. I'm okay. I'm a strong dude. I'm gonna figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The other side is like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
My life is
Yeah.
forever changed now, and
Yeah.
what do I do about the hurt and the pain
Well, you know
and
what?
the
I want.
feeling of betrayal and everything? Go ahead.
I want to add to that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing and salute to your podcast, man. Confessions of a Failed Man.
Failed family man, yeah.
Failed Family Man. I'm gonna tell you. I'll say this real quick. It's so important, and like I said, you my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm speaking from the perspective of being on the outside looking in, like real talk. Like if I didn't, I'm blessed to know you. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And if I didn't know you, I would be like, damn, this would be something where I'm going about my day and I'd be doing my job and I'd be
Mm-hmm.
talking to people. I'd be like, yo, man, you be checking out podcasts. I'd be like,
Nah,
I'd be putting them on it, man. But
it's a
you
blessing,
know,
bro.
yeah, man. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something you said, man. We get back to what we talking about, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you said yo, blah blah blah. I can't say everything, but you like blah blah blah. You was like, but it was like first time I got my heart broken. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn. I said, oh shit. You know, that was
Yeah,
real, bro. And
yeah.
it's a whole different feeling when that heart. You can
Oh
be
man,
you could be the toughest you want to be, but when your heart get broke, oh my god.
listen, man. It is the gift that keeps on giving. You
Woo.
know, and you have and I have I talk about him often. I got an 85-year-old partner. You know what I mean? Who got divorced over 35 years ago. He just told me 3 days ago. Like he's like, man, he still ain't over it. You
Man,
know,
yo,
he's like, he's like,
how
he
long?
knows.
How long?
He said
The
he got
35 years?
divorced 35 years ago. You know what I
That's
mean?
real,
And
bro.
he said, I know she don't give a damn about me. He said, but he said, man, sometimes I be thinking about that shit.
Come on,
I'm
man.
like, dude, I said, man, listen, bro, because we take possession of these women. You know, this is my
Yeah,
woman. You
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
you know, I kill, steal, and die about this woman. Like this
Come
me
on,
right here.
man.
You know,
Come on, man.
and
Come
so
on.
when she decides she doesn't want to be had by you anymore, you know,
Oh
when she
man.
decides that you're no longer her best choice, a lot comes with that, you know. And so
Yeah.
I'm a brother that has done a lot of work on himself, even prior to that, right? Like
Yeah,
even
yeah,
prior
yeah.
to that, I had done a lot of work on myself. That's where the question, can I love her through this, came from. And because my understanding of love is like the easiest way I can explain my understanding of love is the way I heard it explained to me by somebody else. Is love is like the sun.
Mm,
You don't have to do anything for it to do its job every day,
mm.
right? Like it hits your skin just right. Even when it's cloudy, it's still doing its job, right?
Yes.
When it's raining, it's doing its job. Like
Yes.
the sun every day without fail shows up and it does its job. You don't have to do anything for the sun to do its job. It's just there lighting your days and lighting the moon at night, making sure things dry up after the rain. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and love is kind of like that. In my
Yeah.
opinion, if you're loving somebody correctly, they get to sort of like bask in it, right? Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
get to just enjoy it. You don't have to. The sun doesn't have to say, hey, I'm shining on you today.
No, it doesn't.
Shining on you a little extra during the summertime. You
That's
know?
right. That's right. That's right. Look. Okay. Let me add to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I always said that love is not supposed to hurt. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you are hurting in what you call a relationship of love, if
Mm-hmm.
you're hurting,
Mm-hmm.
that's not love. And I will say this right here. The thing with love, and that's something that I had, and it could be with any partner, but I definitely had it with my last partner. The thing about it is that You can have the most horrible day at work, in the studio, at a restaurant, get some food. But you know what? I mean, I'm talking about terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But love is that, you know what? I have that person that it's messed up out here. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be able to go to this person and tell them about my messed up day. And that person is gonna um conceive it with love and
Mm-hmm.
like because
Receive. Yeah, be open.
yeah, be open. No
Yeah.
matter what, no matter
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happens.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna feel
Yeah,
accepted. I'm gonna feel understood, accepted.
yeah.
For
You
sure. It's my
yeah,
safe place. My safe place.
yes.
Right?
Just your
And
solace, your
and
solace, like the song I got,
and,
solace,
and so
solace.
the question came to me.
Mm-hmm.
Can your last act in this relationship be loving her? Can your last act that you perform here be
Mm-hmm.
simply letting her go because she wants to go? Or do you stand in her way? She is a person, and this person thinks they can be happier without you.
Yeah,
You love this person,
for
right?
sure, for sure,
I
for sure.
do. Don't you want anybody that you love to have the life that they want? Yes, but it hurts me. But what would it be? But that's you worrying about you.
Yeah,
What could it look like for you to love her? And again, and the question still, and even now, it's so funny, bro. Even now when I tell my stories, like the way I tell them, I still try to honor her in them,
for
right?
sure,
Like
for sure,
I still try to
for
be
sure,
very fair,
for
right? Like
sure,
in my assessment of
for
situations, I
sure.
kind of curve things a little bit so they don't,
Yeah,
so you know what I mean? And listen, I've been reached out to. I've
for
been reached out
sure.
to,
Yeah,
and even when I was reached out to, I had an opportunity to be ugly. It was there, like the opportunity
yeah.
was slapping me in the face. It was like, bro,
Nah.
like, yeah,
Mm-mm.
but
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
it was like, no, what would an act of love be for her right now? Now that she's moved
Yes.
on, she's got her own new life. You know what I'm saying? What would it
Yeah, yeah,
be?
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? And just kind of accept it. But I had to grow to that point, right? I
Okay,
think
okay.
what impressed me about you, even from the very beginning, is because I've already told you to your face. I felt like you were done wrong. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm.
I felt like a conversation should have been had, like a very direct one should have been had. I felt like you had a lot of equity in the life, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? And
yeah.
that someone should have pulled you to the side and simply out of respect for the equity you had in the situation,
Mm-hmm.
had a real conversation with you. I will always feel that way until that happens.
Yeah,
I've heard your retort to it. I know
yeah,
how you feel about it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
what my point is what impressed me about it is that you made a conscious decision,
Mm-hmm.
and it shines in this album. You say two things. You say, man, I'm going through it. But man, she was good to me. And and uh and
I
I
want to,
and
I want to, I want to correct you, Rick. She was not good to me. She was excellent to me.
Okay.
Yes,
So those are the two things is, man,
yes,
I'm hurting in one hand, and
yeah,
in the other hand, she was excellent to me.
yeah.
Right. And where that rubs me the wrong way is I know you
Mm.
ain't do nothing to this woman. You know what I'm saying? That's just a friend.
Yeah, yeah,
that's just
for
me as a
sure, for
friend.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure, for
that's
sure,
just
for sure, for sure.
I'm just talking to my friend. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
bro,
yeah. Oh yeah, oh
you
yeah,
ain't
oh yeah.
did nothing to this woman,
Same,
man.
same thing. Back and forth.
But it's all true, right? I
Yeah,
think all three things are true. I think you didn't do nothing to her. I think you were hurt, and I think she was excellent to you. I think all three things, in my opinion,
yeah.
are true. And I just really admired the way, because I got a lot of music coming too. And let me tell you, I give her the business in a lot of this music.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate how in your particular music, and this is music I'm talking about, I wrote going through it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
very, I don't feel those ways now,
yeah.
but the expression was raw, like it was real. So
It
it's
was
in there.
real. It was real. It's real. You know, I want to say this too, man. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say this too to kind of add on to, and you know, your personal life is your personal life,
Mm-hmm.
and I am never going to because I knew, and
Yeah.
I know her all that. But
Yeah.
I will say this right here. I will say this right here. I just want to throw this out. one thing I can say about you, and I'm not speaking about her at all, I'm just speaking about you.
Mm-hmm.
There is no doubt. There is no doubt to anybody, to the people that have been tuning into my man's podcast, and I want y'all to know, man, this dude right here. I mean, everything worked out the way that it worked. But this dude right here, he truly loved her. He
Mm-hmm.
truly. I seen him where, and I've never talked to you about this, but I seen you in her presence to where you was kind of like, you ain't no hard dude anyway, but you got
Mm-hmm.
you kind of like, you catered to her. You catered to her.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. But yeah, and and like I said, I want you to be happy. I want her to be happy. But I
Oh
want you.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and we are,
yeah,
listen, and to be clear, just in case anybody is listening right now and curious, listen, man, we are all way beyond these situations, right? Like we are. I'm saying put an S on the year. You know what I mean? Like we not like
yeah.
this stuff ain't yesterday.
Nah.
People have moved on. We don't even talk to these women anymore. Like
Yeah,
it's not anything like that. It's just that my brother and I we made a conscious decision. Man, I just put out a talk about this today. We made a conscious decision to slow it all down and
yeah,
just kind of like get our lives together and
yeah.
do whatever that took, without like jumping into a new situation,
It'd be
just kind of.
crazy. It'll be
Yeah.
crazy to jump
Well,
into
I'm
it.
just,
Yeah,
a lot of people do it, so I don't want to
yeah.
call them crazy, but I'm saying
Mm.
we made a conscious decision to deal with the pain and the anguish that came from starting over,
Yeah.
right? Starting over, and so I just wanted to clear that up, so but I want you to give me a little bit of like you're a humble dude just in general,
For sure.
you're a humble dude. I mean, you know I seen the way you deal with your parents, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna go into any detail,
It's
but I
all
think
good.
it's
It's all good.
honorable the way that you've handled your father's imperfections,
Yo, for
right? Like
sure.
I
Sure.
really do. I think it's honorable. Like you
Yeah,
honor this man, like you love
man.
this man.
That's
You
my guy.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
You
And,
met him. You
and
met him too.
for
You met him
sure,
too.
man. Pops is hilarious. He's a stand-up comedian. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
And
Straight up.
and
Straight
they,
up.
they welcomed me into their home, bro. And that was
Oh yeah.
one of the best times I ever had.
Beautiful, man.
But what I'm saying is that but you have a knack. You have a knack for dealing with imperfections in this way of like
Yeah.
appreciation. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying?
For
And
sure. For
so
sure.
I'm curious to know just that. Like where do you think that comes from? Just that part of who you are.
Man, you know what? Man, that's a great question. That's like I say that I got another project that I put out, and I said at the beginning, I said I had to be a troubleshooter. I had
Hmm.
where I got it from, I don't know, but at an early age, man, I had to figure out like on this project. I talk about what my dad, who's he's overcome that
Hmm.
situation.
Yeah.
Took him years,
Hmm.
and he's been straight for years,
Hmm.
but it did major damage. Um,
But
but
you
in the
still honor him though.
for sure,
You
for
know what I mean?
sure, for
Like you
sure,
honor his struggle. Like
man. Come on, man.
you don't miss no words about it. Like
Come on, man.
you honor his
Come
struggle.
come come on, man. And just a side note with that, it's like I think it's in my DNA
Hmm.
with long relationships because my mom and dad have been together since ninth grade.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
My mom, that's the only man that my mom ever been with. But
Right.
the thing, but just to detail a little bit real quick, it's like um seeing what my dad was dealing with, and it affected me and my brother and my mom. And there was a time, man, I was like a couple of times I was between I think 14 and 15, where I was stepping to him like, yo, man, you don't care, man, you don't care about us, man, you don't love us, man, you don't love us, you don't want to work, boom boom, he going through his thing, whatever. And every time I did that, man, it hurt me, even though he needed to hear that. He needed to hear. It was, and now I'm 13, between 13 and 15.
Standing up
No,
to your pops.
yeah,
Yeah,
standing up to my pop. No kids supposed to be doing that.
yeah.
And the 2 or 3 times I did it, every time I felt just terrible because I'm like, yo, man, this is my hero, man. This is my guy. This is my
Yeah.
I love my dad. And somewhere or another, it just said like, yo, I know he loves us. I can feel it. Even though he's not doing what he's supposed to do, I knew he loved us. I knew that. And then it was like, boom. And whatever, I just started like troubleshooting. And then I found out the back history of how he came into this world. And it get basically, I developed humility, compassion, and love at a very, very, very early ages. And just to kind of answer the question even more, like I talk about in this project I got, it was a Christmas where I knew we weren't gonna get anything. And I went from believing in Santa Claus to not believing in Santa Claus and to believing in Santa Claus because that was the only way we're gonna get some damn shit. But that's another story. But I remember seeing my mom's face and how it hurt her, and it knocked the wind out of me. And I went back to sleep. And when I woke up, I told my mom, I said, yo, check this out, mama. I said, as long as y'all are alive, that's enough present for me from here on out. That's that's me at 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where that come from. You know?
Yeah. I had the pleasure of visiting where you come from. And it can be said in every shape, form, or fashion, it's humble beginnings.
Yes.
Like it's real humble beginnings. And I mean that in the most charming way. Like
yeah.
not you know,
yeah.
Very humble town, humble just everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Z-Town.
Yeah, I feel like Zebulon had a lot to do
yes.
with like your approach.
Yes, North Carolina,
to the bigger things in life. I just think it's really charming, man, because humans do deserve compassion, you know. And I kind of feel like because your ex knew that that's the way you are, I kind of feel like she took advantage of you a little bit.
Nah, not even.
In terms of not having to have that conversation with you, I feel like she knew you wasn't gonna make no fuss.
Nah,
that's what I mean. Like I said, it's just my opinion, bro.
Nah, I feel you. I'm listening, but if I and trust me, I'm not debating it or just, but yeah, I mean, nah, not even close. But I feel you though. I feel you.
Yeah, I just hated the way it went down, man. You know, it you know, said, man, we all past it now. You dig, but you've outdone yourself in terms of healing yourself and putting your life back together and putting one foot in front of the other one. You know, you was down bad for a second, bro.
Oh man.
You know, you had some you know, trying to, and here's what I mean. Like, in order to provide, like you were putting yourself in physical harm, bro. Like you were physically hurting yourself to make sure you could do the parts you needed to do. This is why I'm saying this.
For sure.
You did it like you overdid it. You know what I'm saying? Like you hurt yourself really badly, you know, and man, and I mean, here you are now, you know what I mean, a testament to overcoming and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, but if anybody was to listen to the album, they wouldn't even have a clue of the pain physical pain you had to endure, you know, while you were going through that. And even and the pain, the emotional pain and the physical pain of moving on, like all of it was hurt. But you were appreciating the love when you were getting it. You know what I mean? You know, so you know, you just kind of understood, you know, maybe things just kind of ran their course. And so you know,
it's one of them things, man. It's one of the things to explain it a little more. It's like, yes, I could look at it and be like, damn, I mean, I could be off the chain with it. I could be off the chain with it,
Mm-hmm.
but you know how people say, um, the people say this all the time.
Uh-huh.
The good always outweighs the bad.
Mm-hmm.
People say that the good
Yeah,
always
yeah,
outweighs the bad.
yeah. Yeah.
But in reality, when stuff happens like this, no matter how traumatic,
Mm-hmm.
and trust me, I mean, I'm not no simp, I ain't no pushover, ain't nothing
For
like that.
sure, for
But
sure.
at the same time, when I love,
Yeah, yeah.
and my thing is just like here, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now we wasn't running around cheating on each other, none of that stuff.
For
But
sure.
but at the same time, when you say that the good outweighs the bad, look, man, it's like this right here, bro. It's like this. Yeah, I didn't like how this ended, but
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be those people who get on social media and they be like, oh man, this is the love of my life, boom, boom. And truthfully, everybody's not gonna agree with this. Even if she would have cheated on me, like did some real like messed up stuff like that, I
Mm-hmm.
still can't take away from the great the great things that we had together. I just have to live with damn this okay, that happened and stuff, and I gotta move on, man. I have
Mm-hmm.
to. I have to. You know what I'm saying? The what we had what we had together was 100%. And then the perfect storm, like the perfect storm can happen and some greatness happens. And the
Mm-hmm.
perfect storm can happen and it can shatter everything. What do you do? What do you do from there? Do
Mm-hmm.
you shatter along with it? Or do you go through it and just rise up and hope they be all right too? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was a
No,
lot of
and I mean you are right now embodying exactly what I was talking about.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? I made an attempt to simply have compassion for your pain.
mm,
And you took the next 5 minutes to turn it all completely around.
mm.
I don't even know if you noticed you just did that.
I was just expressing myself. I was
Yeah,
just
what I'm saying
well,
is,
I guess I was just
I'm saying,
elaborating a
yeah,
little bit more
what I'm saying is that's who you are.
for sure,
I'm not
for sure.
saying that that was a problem.
Oh no, I didn't think that. I didn't think that
Yeah,
either.
but I'm just acknowledging to you that
Yeah,
I have attempted twice to just simply acknowledge your pain, and you were not interested in staying there at all.
man. You know what? But you know what? But you know what? But you know what? You know what? You know what?
Uh-huh.
That's deep, and I never thought about it like this. I never thought about it like this, and I've never said this. My pain, even though all my pain and what I went through,
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing. It's nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing compared to my pain that I went through and that I deal with now.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. It's nothing. It's my pain,
Mm-hmm.
but the entity of what we had,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother
Yeah, yeah,
ball.
yeah.
That's a whole nother ball.
You remember what you told me?
Mm-hmm.
You said, bro, you deserve to be happy. You told me that. You told me
For
that
sure. For sure.
many times. Many
For sure.
times you told me
For
that.
sure.
And
For sure.
I'm just returning the favor.
Man, look.
You
I
know,
definitely, I definitely,
so
I
yeah.
definitely deserve to be happy too.
And I don't want to make the mistake of making it seem like one stance is more important than the other.
No doubt,
They all
no
live
doubt,
together.
no doubt.
I happen to think that it's a gift that you can do that.
Yeah,
I think that it's a gift. You know, a lot of times even I'll be talking to you and that gift will lift my spirits, you know,
mm,
in a certain way where it's like, you know what, man, soon as I can quiet down the victim voice, you know, I can remember, nah, man, she was good to me, bro. Like it was like I got a lot, out of it. You
yeah,
know, I got a lot out of it. I didn't, it's not like I was wasting my time, you know,
for sure.
you know, there were people that I met because of that.
Yeah,
Some no longer here, you know, and so on
yeah.
and so forth. And
I don't know
I
if you
never
remember. I don't know if you
mm,
remember. Sorry to break you. I don't know if you remember.
nah.
I even like I didn't say nothing crazy, but I even apologized to you not too long ago because feeling that way of this is my brother and I want,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to take a step back
Mm-hmm.
because actually I started hearing about the feeling that was coming out about that situation
Mm-hmm.
and certain things that you talked about in private with
Mm-hmm.
me, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
damn, man. So yeah, I feel
You
you.
know, there is no easy way to break up with somebody. Like
Nah,
if you want to go, you should probably just go. You know,
yeah,
and you know, sometimes maybe there is no closure, bro. Like maybe the only closure is that you get your power back, about your feelings and your emotions. Maybe that is the closure. The
that
closure
that that's
is yeah,
a great way
yeah.
to put it, bro. That is a great way
And
to put it.
so, here I am now back in control of my own destiny, as it were,
Yeah, yeah,
emotionally,
yeah,
physically, financially. I'm on my own too. Truth be told, everybody is just fine, right? Like
yeah,
everybody, like we all survived.
dude.
We all survived. The kids, us, everybody survived.
Yeah,
Nobody crashed out. Like there were no crash outs. No
yeah.
property got damaged.
Oh man,
Maybe a tear or two or a million on my side.
come
You know what
on,
I'm
man.
saying?
A billion
But
on my
but
side.
yeah, yeah. But we made it.
We
We
made
we
it.
we
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 made
made
it,
it. We made it to a new day. Like we were in the throes of it, trying to figure it out. But here we are on the other side of it, and we
bro.
and we made it, and we can actually smile about it. And
You,
and you have, like I said, you have an album that uniquely celebrates the good times during the pain. That's
that's
what
right.
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say. It's like
yeah,
it's reminiscent of like Here My Dear. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
By Marvin Gaye. It's kind of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and that, in my opinion, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it is. It really is.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
And so
It really is.
and
Hey,
so go ahead.
I'm gonna say this right here, man. What you call Mo Soul, man. Mo Soul told me one time, man. He said, yo, man. He said, I told him, I said, whenever and this was like when everything was good. He was
Hmm.
like, I was like, yo, man. I said, when I go into like a dark place, I don't want to be doing no recording. I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm just kind of going my hole until I come up out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He was like, yeah, man. He said, yeah, I feel you, man, but but that's like the best time for you to go and do and release it in the lab. And I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
listening to him like, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. Ain't no way, but that's something that crazily, that's something that happened, man. Because honestly, if I didn't have music, and of course the love of loved ones, if I didn't have music, because it was tough enough. If I didn't have music, bro, that would have been crazy because what people don't know too is that when I was recording that, and I want for people to get that vision. When you listen to this album, I was recording that in an apartment that was 96 to 100 degrees for like 2 months.
Mm.
So when you hear that, that smile, smile, that was nothing but the power of music and
Yeah,
the power of where I came from. Trust me,
yeah,
if I
yeah, yeah.
if it was bad, 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 I ain't saying I would just put it out there and talk about it like that, but I wouldn't make no damn
Hmm.
album. I wouldn't make no album.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
but and again, that's what's admirable, because I know that that's you.
yeah.
Like that's really you. You're not hiding in this project. That's really how you feel. And
Can't
I
hide, bro.
yeah, I think that that's amazing. And yeah, man. So I mean, are there any other plugs you want to leave before you dip? Any? I know there's another
Oh man.
project. You know what I mean? After, what I mean, you want
Oh
to plug?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
go, go ahead and plug that stuff, man, and let people know how they can get a hold of you, bro.
Man, well, I want to say, well, thank you for having me on your podcast, man, and
For sure.
seeing the ascension of you and being the brother, man, being the brother. Like we've had some great times, man. We had some personal
Hmm.
times, bro. Like we done had some great times, man. This dude right here, man. You are one of one, bro. I say that to you, man. to your audience. And I believe that's why one of the biggest reasons why people gravitate and will continue to gravitate to you, because you're real and you that
Thank you.
dude. You're that
Thank
dude,
you.
bro. My latest what I say that my project House Lights is available on all streaming platforms. It's the album of basically celebrating my partner after a breakup. So listen to that, please. And the latest one I have is called Smitty's Thoughts EP. I actually recorded that. Shout out my man, 110, Hold Your Head. Um, we recorded that, all produced by 110. We recorded that when I was still bedridden. You know, I was recording on the side of the bed in a wheelchair. Um, and it actually, I get very, very personal on the first song, and then the second song I just kind of let it out a little bit, and then the last song I take you out, get that hump in your back, get your dance on, man. But it's all about thoughts, I'm sharing my thoughts. I said, sharing my thoughts. I can't even think of the words, but it's all about thoughts and stuff. But yeah, it's totally me, man. You're only gonna get the real from me. That's available on all streaming sites. And
But you didn't tell them what's unique about it. It's just one track.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And to explain a little bit, that kind of happened by like the whole House Light album came across where I didn't plan it, but this album, it was actually, I wound up because my good brother, and thank you, I want to say it again. Thank you you said it was going to change my life, and it did. You taught me how to record myself, and that right there I can't even, it's countless songs I recorded since that time. But that album, because I went through and I was recording so much, I had to erase stuff and to make room to keep recording. I wound up erasing that file, but I still had the original file that I got from 110 and stuff. And he had mixed it and EQ'd it so good. I was like, whatever, man. To the listener, I know it could be this, it could be that, but it wound up being just one straight track for like 16 minutes, man. But I believe that is very, very entertaining. I think it'll hold you. I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite project by you.
Yeah, man.
I told you, and
Thank you.
over the years you've now it's not
Thank
the
you.
most polished
Yes.
project. You know what I'm saying by you.
Very
but
raw.
But in terms of like rawness and like the closest thing you've done to match Emerson, it's like this particular body of work is really special. I feel like if somebody heard you for the first time on that album, that they would instantly be a fan. Like in my opinion.
I totally appreciate it. I mean, for you to even check it out, man, and rock with me like that.
Yeah, because you have some really good bodies of work out there.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there are.
What's your song on that project?
The one when you're talking about your grandfather, your father,
the first one. Yeah. I love that. I love that too. That sample that 110, man. That damn sample. That sample is ridiculous.
The
Johnny Gill one.
Johnny Gill, yeah, bro.
Shout out D Mill. D Mill said he said the same thing. He said, man, that Johnny Gill one, yeah, man.
Fire, bro. The way 110 flipped that, yo,
he flipped it, didn't he?
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Those are the best 110 beats I ever heard. I sent the album to Wiz. I told him, I said, man, listen to this album, bro. I said, these are the best 110 beats I heard, and I got some fire 110 beats on my own project.
Yes, you do.
But these are the best 110 beats I ever heard. And yeah, you go in on them. But let me let you get back to it. I didn't cut in.
No, you good. No, I love that, man. Yeah. And the thing about it, man, this, like I said, this brother, like I say, I can't, and I don't want to sound like it's redundant. I sound like I'm just blowing smoke. But man, when I tell you, man, like I'm older than this brother, but that don't mean nothing, man. I have gotten so much wisdom from this dude, and it's funny, we talked about with the time, man. And it's so crazy, man. That was literally like last year or so. We used to come to the crib, bro, bringing that damn good ass Chinese food. That you remember, you used to bring the food, and
Yeah.
we sit down there eating that. We eating that food, and then we talking, and it was certain things that we talked about that, lo and behold, that my life turned into that. But because you shared that with me, it prepared me. It prepared me, and one of the biggest things that prepared me is that if I could do it all over, because I've been married and divorced, and then this was a fiance. It really made it something that we talked about. Let me get myself together. Totally. When I'm together, I can be together with somebody else properly.
Yeah. I need to bring a
You know
whole
what I'm
person.
saying?
I need to bring
Yeah,
a whole person.
and not saying that I was all the way in on both, but things happened the way it happened, man. But yeah, man. But yo, if y'all follow me on Instagram at e.smitty SMITTY1, and man, buy what you do. Yo, my dude, check this out. My dude was like, yo, man, he told me some years back. This had to be about 8-9 years ago. We sat down at Mazzy's. Shout out Mazzy's. We sat down at Mazzy's, man. He knows I love to rap. I love to rap too. I rhyme too. But he said, yo, man, you get busy, dog. But your singing voice is special. Man, I thought he was trying to dump on me, man. but I'm telling you, that wisdom, and I still rhyme, right? I do that. But that wisdom from this brother, man, it changed my life. It literally changed my life. And I've applied that. He even told me about, things with songwriting that I've applied. And here we go. We got House Lights. We got Smitty's Talks EP. And Before You Get Home. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Absolutely. No. That was, I guess it would be the second full length album we collaborate, because we did the itis before that.
I always forget that. I thought we did Before You Get Home. We did itis. Shout out Clint Taylor. Clint Taylor. Your normalized growth partner.
For sure. Absolutely. Peace to Clint Taylor, man. I know y'all cooking again. I done heard a little bit of what he working on. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't shadowed with me though yet.
Oh, okay. He cooking. I do know he. You know what I mean?
He told me.
He cooking.
Yeah.
He cooking.
He told me. That was like right before. It was like after. It was somewhere. Mm-hmm. It was somewhere around. I think after my birthday or something. He told me that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So
yeah. No, he cooking, bro. I mean, we done. We been done. We done.
Okay.
We done. Yeah, we done.
Okay.
So I would just, he just play me stuff over the phone. You know what I mean? I'm not. Yeah. But
okay. I'm looking forward to that.
Bro, it's gonna be special. But thank you again for coming, my man, and
thank
being
you,
so
brother.
raw, being so open.
Thank you, man.
I continue to learn from you, man, and listen, man. That was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Imagine what the next couple of years are gonna bring. We don't even have time to scratch the surface of all of the things that have happened, over the past couple of years, personally and professionally. It's just really night and day, and it's a really dope thing to unpack, man. But we'll sit down again, bro. All right.
Let's do this. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother.
For sure. Have a great rest of your night, bro.
You too.
Peace. Big shout out to my guy Smitty for coming through, man. I hope you learned. I knew a lot of it, but I knew you would learn too. Everything about him would be tagged whenever I post this stuff. I am MRK SX. You have been listening to or watching Confessions of a Failed Family, man. There's merch attached to this video. If you're on YouTube, if you want to support that way, please consider doing that. I got music. Please stop by www.mrksx.com. Hop on the meta list. I got a new album coming out next week, produced by Illustrate, called All Is Well. It will not be on Apple Music or Spotify. You have to get it from me directly, and you can only do that by going to www.mrksx.com. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, share, do all of the things that help the algorithm. And last but not least, I do not know the answer, but I suspect that compassion is a big part of it. All right. See y'all tomorrow.